I was happy to see him.
I was happy to see him.
He is very handsome.
He is very handsome.
What a hot day it is.
What a hot day it is.
I'll call you up tomorrow morning.
I'll call you up tomorrow morning.
Why did you paint the bench red?
Why did you paint the bench red?
He still wants to come.
He still wants to come.
Where would you like to go first?
Where would you like to go first?
He continued reading the book.
He continued reading the book.
We did it ourselves.
We did it ourselves.
You'd better shut the door.
You'd better shut the door.
He will arrive in Kyoto tomorrow.
He will arrive in Kyoto tomorrow.
Both of my parents love each other.
Both of my parents love each other.
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
We need more workers.
We need more workers.
Lynn runs fast.
Lynn runs fast.
May I ask you a question?
May I ask you a question?
Nobody came to the party.
Nobody came to the party.
Where's the nearest church?
Where's the nearest church?
Don't touch the flowers.
Don't touch the flowers.
We must cancel our trip to Japan.
We must cancel our trip to Japan.
He has a good command of French.
He has a good command of French.
He was not conscious of his own mistake.
He was not conscious of his own mistake.
They passed out.
They passed out.
My oldest brother is single.
My oldest brother is single.
The ocean was calm.
The ocean was calm.
Why did you run away?
Why did you run away?
I didn't mean to do that.
I didn't mean to do that.
Where would you like to go?
Where would you like to go?
I'll drive you home.
I'll drive you home.
I was watching television when the telephone rang.
I was watching television when the telephone rang.
We are in the era of atomic energy.
We are in the era of atomic energy.
He repeated his question.
He repeated his question.
I found that restaurant by accident.
I found that restaurant by accident.
What are you doing tonight?
What are you doing tonight?
May I go to bed?
May I go to bed?
Put it wherever there is room.
Put it wherever there is room.
How long has he lived in London?
How long has he lived in London?
She was admitted to the club.
She was admitted to the club.
My car burns a lot of gas.
My car burns a lot of gas.
I don't see him.
I don't see him.
I saw him recently.
I saw him recently.
The train has just arrived here.
The train has just arrived here.
He will come back soon.
He will come back soon.
Don't be too hard on me.
Don't be too hard on me.
Words cannot describe the beauty.
Words cannot describe the beauty.
I'm feeling sick.
I'm feeling sick.
I can't find my shoes.
I can't find my shoes.
His predictions have come true.
His predictions have come true.
He will come to see us someday.
He will come to see us someday.
Soldiers are used to danger.
Soldiers are used to danger.
She has a lot of money.
She has a lot of money.
I fed some meat to my dog.
I fed some meat to my dog.
Kyoto is visited by many tourists.
Kyoto is visited by many tourists.
We worked on a farm last summer.
We worked on a farm last summer.
Is anybody here?
Is anybody here?
Did you hear the roar of the lions?
Did you hear the roar of the lions?
They live nearby.
They live nearby.
What are you two doing?
What are you two doing?
Please come back after half an hour.
Please come back after half an hour.
This yogurt tastes strange.
This yogurt tastes strange.
It is raining now.
It is raining now.
Why is the baby crying?
Why is the baby crying?
He has brown eyes.
He has brown eyes.
He is making great progress in English.
He is making great progress in English.
I got up at 7.
I got up at 7.
There are many parks in our town.
There are many parks in our town.
I got on the train.
I got on the train.
We are getting off at the next station.
We are getting off at the next station.
Turn off the light.
Turn off the light.
She may not come.
She may not come.
People don't say that anymore.
People don't say that anymore.
I found the test difficult.
I found the test difficult.
My stomach is full.
My stomach is full.
Keep away from the fire.
Keep away from the fire.
Don't distract me while I am studying.
Don't distract me while I am studying.
As was expected, he won the prize.
As was expected, he won the prize.
We stayed there for 3 months.
We stayed there for 3 months.
I felt lonely.
I felt lonely.
I agree to your proposal.
I agree to your proposal.
I watched the game from beginning to end.
I watched the game from beginning to end.
I'm going to take the 10:30 train.
I'm going to take the 10:30 train.
I've had enough.
I've had enough.
Let's take a trip.
Let's take a trip.
Last night, I listened to radio.
Last night, I listened to radio.
This is the village where I was born.
This is the village where I was born.
A lot of soldiers died here.
A lot of soldiers died here.
I bought an old lamp.
I bought an old lamp.
I must think it over before answering you.
I must think it over before answering you.
This product is made in Italy.
This product is made in Italy.
Mary is a bookworm.
Mary is a bookworm.
Einstein was a mathematical genius.
Einstein was a mathematical genius.
Something must be wrong with the machinery.
Something must be wrong with the machinery.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Health is better than wealth.
Health is better than wealth.
I want to read this book.
I want to read this book.
He's used to speaking in public.
He's used to speaking in public.
I've just come back.
I've just come back.
You should have seen the picture.
You should have seen the picture.
Country life is healthier than city life.
Country life is healthier than city life.
Is it large enough?
Is it large enough?
He is influential.
He is influential.
What do you want to do in the future?
What do you want to do in the future?
We eat soup with a spoon.
We eat soup with a spoon.
Do you like apples?
Do you like apples?
She lives in a huge house.
She lives in a huge house.
How did you get to know Mary?
How did you get to know Mary?
I can't say.
I can't say.
Americans eat a lot of meat.
Americans eat a lot of meat.
Is that all?
Is that all?
Make room for the baggage.
Make room for the baggage.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
The air became warm.
The air became warm.
He traveled all over the world.
He traveled all over the world.
I was born in Osaka on March 5, 1977.
I was born in Osaka on March 5, 1977.
Keep it in mind.
Keep it in mind.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Don't cut the cake with a knife.
Don't cut the cake with a knife.
France was at war with Russia.
France was at war with Russia.
You must help her.
You must help her.
How long have you played soccer?
How long have you played soccer?
The story had a happy ending.
The story had a happy ending.
Don't call me so late at night.
Don't call me so late at night.
The average of 7, 10, and 16 is 11.
The average of 7, 10, and 16 is 11.
Are you feeling better?
Are you feeling better?
Do you know whose car this is?
Do you know whose car this is?
Dinner is ready.
Dinner is ready.
I bought a pair of boots.
I bought a pair of boots.
I felt rather puzzled.
I felt rather puzzled.
He can play tennis.
He can play tennis.
I have nothing to complain about.
I have nothing to complain about.
The rain lasted 5 days.
The rain lasted 5 days.
Would you draw me a map?
Would you draw me a map?
I guess that you can't do it.
I guess that you can't do it.
I love him despite his faults.
I love him despite his faults.
There is a strong bond of affection between them.
There is a strong bond of affection between them.
Did you have a good sleep?
Did you have a good sleep?
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
She tried in vain not to cry.
She tried in vain not to cry.
You may go.
You may go.
I live in Japan.
I live in Japan.
Each student has a locker.
Each student has a locker.
You may come with us if you want to.
You may come with us if you want to.
He was humiliated by her.
He was humiliated by her.
I heard a Japanese nightingale.
I heard a Japanese nightingale.
She enjoyed herself at the concert.
She enjoyed herself at the concert.
He turned off all the lights at 11.
He turned off all the lights at 11.
Is this a radio?
Is this a radio?
I have nothing to do with them.
I have nothing to do with them.
It was quite dark when I got home.
It was quite dark when I got home.
He did not speak unless spoken to.
He did not speak unless spoken to.
She solved the problem with ease.
She solved the problem with ease.
I have a book about fishing.
I have a book about fishing.
I met him at the station.
I met him at the station.
The sky is blue.
The sky is blue.
He was sentenced to death.
He was sentenced to death.
She made him happy.
She made him happy.
We are going to have a baby.
We are going to have a baby.
She didn't like the horse at first.
She didn't like the horse at first.
Animals cannot distinguish right from wrong.
Animals cannot distinguish right from wrong.
Don't make me laugh.
Don't make me laugh.
When does the movie start?
When does the movie start?
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name.
What's that building?
What's that building?
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
You are home late.
You are home late.
You need to pay in advance.
You need to pay in advance.
My father's car is new.
My father's car is new.
Would you like me to call a taxi?
Would you like me to call a taxi?
Don't be late.
Don't be late.
Don't run here.
Don't run here.
Let's play.
Let's play.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Angola was once a Portuguese territory.
Angola was once a Portuguese territory.
What's going on?
What's going on?
We must act at once.
We must act at once.
Come along with me.
Come along with me.
I haven't eaten since breakfast and I'm very hungry.
I haven't eaten since breakfast and I'm very hungry.
He was too busy to notice it.
He was too busy to notice it.
We laughed and laughed.
We laughed and laughed.
Do you have better quality ones?
Do you have better quality ones?
The boy took the radio apart.
The boy took the radio apart.
A person with average intelligence would understand that.
A person with average intelligence would understand that.
Do you have a headache and a sore throat?
Do you have a headache and a sore throat?
There are billions of stars in the sky.
There are billions of stars in the sky.
She gradually began to understand.
She gradually began to understand.
She is writing a letter now.
She is writing a letter now.
Soccer is more popular than baseball.
Soccer is more popular than baseball.
Don't forget to see me tomorrow morning.
Don't forget to see me tomorrow morning.
She is married to a foreigner.
She is married to a foreigner.
This is all I can do.
This is all I can do.
It is high time we said goodbye.
It is high time we said goodbye.
He is lying.
He is lying.
In a democracy, all citizens have equal rights.
In a democracy, all citizens have equal rights.
He wishes to erase bad memories.
He wishes to erase bad memories.
He may be on the next train.
He may be on the next train.
You ought not to miss it.
You ought not to miss it.
Don't put your elbows on the table.
Don't put your elbows on the table.
I don't like English.
I don't like English.
Why are you so angry?
Why are you so angry?
You can park here.
You can park here.
It is Sunday tomorrow.
It is Sunday tomorrow.
You play a musical instrument, don't you?
You play a musical instrument, don't you?
Give him time.
Give him time.
I've made lots of friends.
I've made lots of friends.
He abandoned his family.
He abandoned his family.
He began to shout.
He began to shout.
The room is full of flowers.
The room is full of flowers.
I will wait here until he comes back.
I will wait here until he comes back.
Luck is against me.
Luck is against me.
I can't drink any more beer.
I can't drink any more beer.
I'm begging you.
I'm begging you.
The sisters are both blondes.
The sisters are both blondes.
What lovely eyes she has.
What lovely eyes she has.
I'm saving up to buy a new car.
I'm saving up to buy a new car.
We talked about yesterday's test.
We talked about yesterday's test.
Watch your step.
Watch your step.
My mother took me to the park.
My mother took me to the park.
You have to come with me.
You have to come with me.
The climate here is mild.
The climate here is mild.
I don't know when my mother will come back.
I don't know when my mother will come back.
Why don't you come in?
Why don't you come in?
Why did she interrupt me?
Why did she interrupt me?
The ship dropped anchor.
The ship dropped anchor.
This book is mine.
This book is mine.
The new method was anything but ideal.
The new method was anything but ideal.
Bring me the newspaper.
Bring me the newspaper.
My sister has a nice piano.
My sister has a nice piano.
She sews with a needle and thread.
She sews with a needle and thread.
She could not find her way back.
She could not find her way back.
I write poems in my free time.
I write poems in my free time.
My watch loses 2 minutes a day.
My watch loses 2 minutes a day.
Have a good look at this picture.
Have a good look at this picture.
A year has 12 months.
A year has 12 months.
I trust you.
I trust you.
My father works for a bank.
My father works for a bank.
He might change his mind.
He might change his mind.
He's already left.
He's already left.
I had my watch stolen yesterday.
I had my watch stolen yesterday.
How rude of you.
How rude of you.
He is afraid of his own shadow.
He is afraid of his own shadow.
This book is much more useful than that one.
This book is much more useful than that one.
How was your weekend?
How was your weekend?
She raised her hand.
She raised her hand.
I'm sorry for being late.
I'm sorry for being late.
Do you know who he is?
Do you know who he is?
Why do you study English every day?
Why do you study English every day?
Is her story true?
Is her story true?
He is often absent from school.
He is often absent from school.
If it rains tomorrow, will you stay at home?
If it rains tomorrow, will you stay at home?
Not knowing what to say, she just smiled.
Not knowing what to say, she just smiled.
You are late.
You are late.
He is a scientist.
He is a scientist.
He shined his shoes.
He shined his shoes.
This time I'll try it.
This time I'll try it.
This box is empty. It has nothing in it.
This box is empty. It has nothing in it.
Please save my place.
Please save my place.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
She appears to have a lot of friends.
She appears to have a lot of friends.
I admire his courage.
I admire his courage.
Do you know what it is?
Do you know what it is?
I can't smoke.
I can't smoke.
I can see the top of the mountain.
I can see the top of the mountain.
He claims he knows nothing about her.
He claims he knows nothing about her.
The answer was yes.
The answer was yes.
She is brushing her hair.
She is brushing her hair.
Take off your socks.
Take off your socks.
I miss you very much.
I miss you very much.
He comes here once a month.
He comes here once a month.
The dog was dead.
The dog was dead.
Did you do this on your own?
Did you do this on your own?
Cross the street.
Cross the street.
I had an excellent breakfast at 7.
I had an excellent breakfast at 7.
The old castle lay in ruins.
The old castle lay in ruins.
I was out all day.
I was out all day.
Don't shout.
Don't shout.
Don't be so reserved.
Don't be so reserved.
They lived happily ever after.
They lived happily ever after.
You may bring whoever wants to come.
You may bring whoever wants to come.
I like butter better than cheese.
I like butter better than cheese.
Someday your dream will come true.
Someday your dream will come true.
They speak English and French in Canada.
They speak English and French in Canada.
There are various kinds of coffee.
There are various kinds of coffee.
The tie doesn't go with my suit.
The tie doesn't go with my suit.
I'm sorry I'm late.
I'm sorry I'm late.
What time does school begin?
What time does school begin?
He easily gets angry.
He easily gets angry.
After we had tea, we began the discussion.
After we had tea, we began the discussion.
Keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
That was of great help to me.
That was of great help to me.
She sat next to me.
She sat next to me.
She stopped talking.
She stopped talking.
How old do you think she is?
How old do you think she is?
He was cheating.
He was cheating.
He put the key on the desk as usual.
He put the key on the desk as usual.
I'm from America.
I'm from America.
The pond dried up last summer.
The pond dried up last summer.
I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you.
That movie is worth seeing.
That movie is worth seeing.
He hasn't come yet.
He hasn't come yet.
I heard a noise behind me.
I heard a noise behind me.
Bring me today's paper, please.
Bring me today's paper, please.
I have not heard from her yet.
I have not heard from her yet.
She isn't poor.
She isn't poor.
My dog is white.
My dog is white.
She got angry.
She got angry.
That's enough for today.
That's enough for today.
There were hundreds of birds on the lake.
There were hundreds of birds on the lake.
The game was cancelled at the last minute.
The game was cancelled at the last minute.
We make milk into cheese and butter.
We make milk into cheese and butter.
This apple tastes very sour.
This apple tastes very sour.
I couldn't sleep well last night.
I couldn't sleep well last night.
Please iron the shirt.
Please iron the shirt.
There was almost nothing in the room.
There was almost nothing in the room.
I feel so happy today.
I feel so happy today.
Children like watching television.
Children like watching television.
I wonder why he is so angry.
I wonder why he is so angry.
I'll take the next bus.
I'll take the next bus.
He has a deep voice.
He has a deep voice.
You are free to go home.
You are free to go home.
I have life insurance.
I have life insurance.
May I come in?
May I come in?
He has a camera.
He has a camera.
I expect your help.
I expect your help.
Tom lost his job.
Tom lost his job.
When did you hear the news?
When did you hear the news?
Everyone laughed at me yesterday.
Everyone laughed at me yesterday.
He lost hope and killed himself by taking poison.
He lost hope and killed himself by taking poison.
Don't depend on your parents too much.
Don't depend on your parents too much.
I played tennis with my brother.
I played tennis with my brother.
He asked her where she lived.
He asked her where she lived.
I owe $10 to her.
I owe $10 to her.
I would like to improve my English pronunciation.
I would like to improve my English pronunciation.
There is a lot of furniture in his room.
There is a lot of furniture in his room.
I'll kill him.
I'll kill him.
He suggested a plan similar to mine.
He suggested a plan similar to mine.
Fortunately, I was on time.
Fortunately, I was on time.
Are we allowed to use the elevator?
Are we allowed to use the elevator?
I have a lot of work to do.
I have a lot of work to do.
My mother speaks slowly.
My mother speaks slowly.
In basketball, tall players have an advantage.
In basketball, tall players have an advantage.
Your shoes are here. Where are mine?
Your shoes are here. Where are mine?
She has blue eyes.
She has blue eyes.
He can't stay long.
He can't stay long.
The people rebelled against the king.
The people rebelled against the king.
The boy carved his name on the tree.
The boy carved his name on the tree.
Tell me about him.
Tell me about him.
I like going for a walk in the park.
I like going for a walk in the park.
There are 50 states in the United States.
There are 50 states in the United States.
I'm a good sailor.
I'm a good sailor.
I am a cook.
I am a cook.
I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
He told me that he was very tired then.
He told me that he was very tired then.
My father took us to the zoo.
My father took us to the zoo.
3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water.
3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water.
Tom hurt himself.
Tom hurt himself.
Could you please pass me the salt?
Could you please pass me the salt?
We'll have lived here for 2 years next April.
We'll have lived here for 2 years next April.
German is not an easy language.
German is not an easy language.
He's out now.
He's out now.
How old are your children?
How old are your children?
I know where she is.
I know where she is.
I dislike big cities.
I dislike big cities.
The bridge is built of wood.
The bridge is built of wood.
Tom arrived last.
Tom arrived last.
That's weird.
That's weird.
I look forward to my birthday.
I look forward to my birthday.
In Japan, school starts in April.
In Japan, school starts in April.
I have been in Paris.
I have been in Paris.
I fell in love with her.
I fell in love with her.
We put off our baseball game for 2 days.
We put off our baseball game for 2 days.
Who wrote the letter?
Who wrote the letter?
I visited her on Sunday morning.
I visited her on Sunday morning.
These articles are not for sale.
These articles are not for sale.
Lay it on the table.
Lay it on the table.
I am going to study.
I am going to study.
Iron is much more useful than gold.
Iron is much more useful than gold.
Tom walked across the street.
Tom walked across the street.
He saw there what he had dreamed about.
He saw there what he had dreamed about.
I have been studying English for 4 years.
I have been studying English for 4 years.
She is capable of teaching English.
She is capable of teaching English.
The dog looks hungry.
The dog looks hungry.
He has bought a new car.
He has bought a new car.
I'll remember that.
I'll remember that.
You are always late.
You are always late.
She looked sad.
She looked sad.
I can't put up with him.
I can't put up with him.
I'm disappointed that he's not here.
I'm disappointed that he's not here.
He was alone.
He was alone.
That's hard to say.
That's hard to say.
Are you good at tennis?
Are you good at tennis?
You are very beautiful.
You are very beautiful.
Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend.
You have to go.
You have to go.
Water the plants.
Water the plants.
Keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
My vacation went by quickly.
My vacation went by quickly.
He has more than 5 dictionaries.
He has more than 5 dictionaries.
I don't know where to go.
I don't know where to go.
He rested his hand on my shoulder.
He rested his hand on my shoulder.
Have you decided to go to Japan?
Have you decided to go to Japan?
The computer is a relatively recent invention.
The computer is a relatively recent invention.
He took a day off.
He took a day off.
I will be back soon.
I will be back soon.
Oranges are rich in vitamin C.
Oranges are rich in vitamin C.
She was well dressed.
She was well dressed.
So far everything has been going well.
So far everything has been going well.
She cleaned the house all by herself.
She cleaned the house all by herself.
There is a garden in front of the house.
There is a garden in front of the house.
I went to the hospital yesterday.
I went to the hospital yesterday.
He's a volleyball player.
He's a volleyball player.
I would rather stay at home than go shopping.
I would rather stay at home than go shopping.
Don't use all the hot water.
Don't use all the hot water.
I'm very sad to hear that.
I'm very sad to hear that.
Here they come.
Here they come.
He hates carrots.
He hates carrots.
What do you need?
What do you need?
What do you call this fish in English?
What do you call this fish in English?
What have you done with your car?
What have you done with your car?
I am leaving next week.
I am leaving next week.
She is really cute.
She is really cute.
We waste a lot of time.
We waste a lot of time.
Does this bus go to the museum?
Does this bus go to the museum?
Do you have anything to say?
Do you have anything to say?
She smiled, waving her hand.
She smiled, waving her hand.
He is afraid to fly in an airplane.
He is afraid to fly in an airplane.
My brother has never climbed Mount Fuji.
My brother has never climbed Mount Fuji.
I left it unlocked.
I left it unlocked.
I want to sleep a little more.
I want to sleep a little more.
She trembled with fear.
She trembled with fear.
What do you think about the book?
What do you think about the book?
We have dinner at 7.
We have dinner at 7.
I have no friends.
I have no friends.
Put your hands up.
Put your hands up.
He grew a beard to look more mature.
He grew a beard to look more mature.
Do you like music?
Do you like music?
I do not watch television.
I do not watch television.
I'm home, Mom.
I'm home, Mom.
The birds flew to the south.
The birds flew to the south.
The new car is hers.
The new car is hers.
I'm really tired today.
I'm really tired today.
He wanted to be in the newspapers.
He wanted to be in the newspapers.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
He has just come back from Paris.
He has just come back from Paris.
Do you accept Visa?
Do you accept Visa?
He bought eggs and milk from a farmer.
He bought eggs and milk from a farmer.
Will it be hot tomorrow?
Will it be hot tomorrow?
He took part in the race.
He took part in the race.
Her voice was soft and beautiful.
Her voice was soft and beautiful.
He is my teacher.
He is my teacher.
When can we eat?
When can we eat?
A new student came into the class.
A new student came into the class.
I cleared the table.
I cleared the table.
Tell him not to be late for school.
Tell him not to be late for school.
Cats dislike being wet.
Cats dislike being wet.
All is well.
All is well.
The bus stop is across the street.
The bus stop is across the street.
Our teacher comes to school by car.
Our teacher comes to school by car.
I met her in London for the first time.
I met her in London for the first time.
He is always laughing.
He is always laughing.
He spoke very loudly.
He spoke very loudly.
I shouldn't have done it.
I shouldn't have done it.
The story sounds true.
The story sounds true.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Today is Sunday.
Today is Sunday.
Please book me a room in a first-class hotel.
Please book me a room in a first-class hotel.
My driver's license will expire next week.
My driver's license will expire next week.
They did not know what to do first.
They did not know what to do first.
You are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
She went to Mexico by herself.
She went to Mexico by herself.
I need a police car.
I need a police car.
Who helps your mother?
Who helps your mother?
Please wait here.
Please wait here.
I know what his name is.
I know what his name is.
His mother is worried about him.
His mother is worried about him.
Look at that shooting star.
Look at that shooting star.
He lives alone in an apartment.
He lives alone in an apartment.
The twins are indistinguishable from each other.
The twins are indistinguishable from each other.
It's very good.
It's very good.
He has been sick for a week.
He has been sick for a week.
You like it, don't you?
You like it, don't you?
Do you have any allergies?
Do you have any allergies?
May I speak to you?
May I speak to you?
I'm satisfied with my current income.
I'm satisfied with my current income.
I don't go to school on Sunday.
I don't go to school on Sunday.
Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks.
Tom is always playing video games.
Tom is always playing video games.
He is a born poet.
He is a born poet.
Tom was like a father to Mary.
Tom was like a father to Mary.
It makes little difference.
It makes little difference.
I cannot read without glasses.
I cannot read without glasses.
I saw her at the party.
I saw her at the party.
I wish I were a bird.
I wish I were a bird.
Give me a ring if you find out anything.
Give me a ring if you find out anything.
I have a computer.
I have a computer.
Do you know if he has a girlfriend?
Do you know if he has a girlfriend?
Get into the car.
Get into the car.
Frankly speaking, I don't like you.
Frankly speaking, I don't like you.
I'm always moody.
I'm always moody.
How much money do you want?
How much money do you want?
I will be leaving for Australia next month.
I will be leaving for Australia next month.
Tom's speech was excellent.
Tom's speech was excellent.
It's against the rules.
It's against the rules.
I didn't believe him at first.
I didn't believe him at first.
All the students protested against the war.
All the students protested against the war.
She was afraid of the dog.
She was afraid of the dog.
He goes to school by bicycle.
He goes to school by bicycle.
He keeps his word.
He keeps his word.
I wish that we could spend more time together.
I wish that we could spend more time together.
Ask him about it.
Ask him about it.
They must be waiting for you.
They must be waiting for you.
I bought a new sewing machine.
I bought a new sewing machine.
He is listening to the radio.
He is listening to the radio.
You must not speak so loudly here.
You must not speak so loudly here.
Clear off the table.
Clear off the table.
There is a radio on the table.
There is a radio on the table.
We had a secret meeting.
We had a secret meeting.
They drive on the left in England.
They drive on the left in England.
They live near the school.
They live near the school.
He has already finished his homework.
He has already finished his homework.
Can your mother drive a car?
Can your mother drive a car?
What languages do they speak in Korea?
What languages do they speak in Korea?
My basket is under the table.
My basket is under the table.
He took off his hat.
He took off his hat.
I saw a boy crossing the street.
I saw a boy crossing the street.
I can't bear the pain.
I can't bear the pain.
She used to play basketball.
She used to play basketball.
My grandfather's picture is on the wall.
My grandfather's picture is on the wall.
Can I use this dictionary of yours?
Can I use this dictionary of yours?
He gave me his stamp of approval.
He gave me his stamp of approval.
They looked very happy.
They looked very happy.
I saw him last week.
I saw him last week.
This knife cuts well.
This knife cuts well.
Can you ride a horse?
Can you ride a horse?
I read about him in the newspaper.
I read about him in the newspaper.
He is swimming in the river.
He is swimming in the river.
Is your school far from your home?
Is your school far from your home?
Please help yourself to the cake.
Please help yourself to the cake.
I hope you are all well.
I hope you are all well.
It is easy to play tennis.
It is easy to play tennis.
She doesn't have any enemies.
She doesn't have any enemies.
Are you sure of your answer?
Are you sure of your answer?
Didn't I lend you some money yesterday?
Didn't I lend you some money yesterday?
He witnessed the accident.
He witnessed the accident.
I brought you a little something.
I brought you a little something.
I bumped into him at the station.
I bumped into him at the station.
My brother bought an electric guitar.
My brother bought an electric guitar.
Help yourself, please.
Help yourself, please.
Women tend to live longer than men.
Women tend to live longer than men.
What's your real purpose?
What's your real purpose?
This machine can print 60 pages a minute.
This machine can print 60 pages a minute.
Your nose is bleeding.
Your nose is bleeding.
May I ask a favor of you?
May I ask a favor of you?
He finished it as quick as lightning.
He finished it as quick as lightning.
We ran out of food.
We ran out of food.
Fire is very dangerous.
Fire is very dangerous.
Why do you want to study abroad?
Why do you want to study abroad?
My socks aren't here.
My socks aren't here.
Do you study chemistry?
Do you study chemistry?
I like spring the best.
I like spring the best.
What's its name?
What's its name?
I had a horrible dream last night.
I had a horrible dream last night.
Do you know the capital of Belgium?
Do you know the capital of Belgium?
Don't put it on my desk.
Don't put it on my desk.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
She will give a party next week.
She will give a party next week.
She didn't seem interested.
She didn't seem interested.
Have you lost weight?
Have you lost weight?
It has stopped raining.
It has stopped raining.
I want to go with you.
I want to go with you.
I'd like something to drink.
I'd like something to drink.
Could you put these in a box?
Could you put these in a box?
How far are you going?
How far are you going?
I invited him to my house.
I invited him to my house.
It cannot be true.
It cannot be true.
Do you feel like eating?
Do you feel like eating?
I have a hunch that it will rain.
I have a hunch that it will rain.
He came home at 10.
He came home at 10.
He had an operation on his left leg.
He had an operation on his left leg.
He looks like his father.
He looks like his father.
Is there anybody who can drive a car?
Is there anybody who can drive a car?
I agree completely.
I agree completely.
They demanded money from him.
They demanded money from him.
I invited them to the party.
I invited them to the party.
I would like to see you before I leave.
I would like to see you before I leave.
Butter is made from milk.
Butter is made from milk.
When did he come here?
When did he come here?
Are you lost?
Are you lost?
Only God knows.
Only God knows.
I'm free on Sunday.
I'm free on Sunday.
She's unbelievably naive.
She's unbelievably naive.
Smoke was rising from the chimney.
Smoke was rising from the chimney.
The fat woman was holding a monkey.
The fat woman was holding a monkey.
The quality of rice is going down.
The quality of rice is going down.
I feel at ease.
I feel at ease.
It isn't raining much this year.
It isn't raining much this year.
Have you ever eaten raw fish?
Have you ever eaten raw fish?
The stars came out.
The stars came out.
It was the calm before the storm.
It was the calm before the storm.
You seem to be an honest man.
You seem to be an honest man.
I don't quite agree with you.
I don't quite agree with you.
I hate karaoke.
I hate karaoke.
It's cloudy.
It's cloudy.
Of all these cakes I like this one best.
Of all these cakes I like this one best.
She gave me a piece of good advice.
She gave me a piece of good advice.
The girl begged her mother to accompany her.
The girl begged her mother to accompany her.
There is no water.
There is no water.
Take this medicine every 6 hours.
Take this medicine every 6 hours.
She knew the story already.
She knew the story already.
I left my key in my room.
I left my key in my room.
Do you like the new school better?
Do you like the new school better?
His low salary prevents him from buying the house.
His low salary prevents him from buying the house.
Can anyone answer my question?
Can anyone answer my question?
Do you know where I live?
Do you know where I live?
As for me, I am satisfied.
As for me, I am satisfied.
May I open the box?
May I open the box?
The sad story moved us to tears.
The sad story moved us to tears.
Neither of them seemed old.
Neither of them seemed old.
This air conditioner consumes a lot of electricity.
This air conditioner consumes a lot of electricity.
It was really interesting.
It was really interesting.
I love French films.
I love French films.
Kyoto is not as large as Osaka.
Kyoto is not as large as Osaka.
Where's convenient for you?
Where's convenient for you?
I've never seen a yellow submarine in my life.
I've never seen a yellow submarine in my life.
How much money do you have with you?
How much money do you have with you?
This is what I have been looking for.
This is what I have been looking for.
I have seen him many times.
I have seen him many times.
The days are growing longer.
The days are growing longer.
I'm going to start.
I'm going to start.
Kabuki is an old Japanese art.
Kabuki is an old Japanese art.
Who is that boy running toward us?
Who is that boy running toward us?
He likes to read books.
He likes to read books.
Please speak more slowly.
Please speak more slowly.
What do you think he did?
What do you think he did?
I envy you so much.
I envy you so much.
I want to drink something cold.
I want to drink something cold.
I wish she were alive now.
I wish she were alive now.
Everybody is busy except me.
Everybody is busy except me.
There are all kinds of flowers in that garden.
There are all kinds of flowers in that garden.
I think he can't do that.
I think he can't do that.
Your chair is identical to mine.
Your chair is identical to mine.
The two streets run parallel to one another.
The two streets run parallel to one another.
I have nothing particular to say.
I have nothing particular to say.
I'm studying English.
I'm studying English.
I don't like apples.
I don't like apples.
He likes both music and sports.
He likes both music and sports.
She admits knowing the secret.
She admits knowing the secret.
She is in need of help.
She is in need of help.
I don't feel like eating now.
I don't feel like eating now.
I replied automatically when I heard my name.
I replied automatically when I heard my name.
I'd like to see her.
I'd like to see her.
How lucky we are.
How lucky we are.
His car is similar to mine.
His car is similar to mine.
The air felt a little cold.
The air felt a little cold.
I feel my age.
I feel my age.
Why do you work here?
Why do you work here?
How did you solve the problem?
How did you solve the problem?
We'll eat on the way.
We'll eat on the way.
Tom and I are good friends.
Tom and I are good friends.
No matter what happens, I won't be surprised.
No matter what happens, I won't be surprised.
He made up the whole story.
He made up the whole story.
He translated the book from French into English.
He translated the book from French into English.
I must help him.
I must help him.
I'm only a customer.
I'm only a customer.
I like dogs.
I like dogs.
All plants need water and light.
All plants need water and light.
When angry, count to 10.
When angry, count to 10.
Did you meet her?
Did you meet her?
I'd like to have a glass of wine.
I'd like to have a glass of wine.
I went to the hospital to visit him.
I went to the hospital to visit him.
What do you know about him?
What do you know about him?
He is afraid of swimming.
He is afraid of swimming.
He asked for a glass of beer.
He asked for a glass of beer.
He's just an ordinary student.
He's just an ordinary student.
Let me pay for the dinner.
Let me pay for the dinner.
We've run out of water.
We've run out of water.
You may park here.
You may park here.
Give us 2 knives and 4 forks, please.
Give us 2 knives and 4 forks, please.
It rained a lot that winter.
It rained a lot that winter.
Many children die of starvation in Africa.
Many children die of starvation in Africa.
They are singers.
They are singers.
They waited for their teacher.
They waited for their teacher.
I am afraid of dying.
I am afraid of dying.
My room is very small.
My room is very small.
He made up his mind to be a fireman.
He made up his mind to be a fireman.
She picked flowers in the garden.
She picked flowers in the garden.
The news is too good to be true.
The news is too good to be true.
I like skiing.
I like skiing.
We captured the thief.
We captured the thief.
Tom feels that his team will win the game.
Tom feels that his team will win the game.
Few people visit me these days.
Few people visit me these days.
I heard a cry for help.
I heard a cry for help.
How's your cold?
How's your cold?
It's about the size of an egg.
It's about the size of an egg.
Everyone always asks me that.
Everyone always asks me that.
Don't rely too much on your guidebook.
Don't rely too much on your guidebook.
There were only 6 people at the meeting.
There were only 6 people at the meeting.
I'll give you a call when I get home.
I'll give you a call when I get home.
I tore my jacket on a nail.
I tore my jacket on a nail.
How did you come to know her?
How did you come to know her?
We grow wheat here.
We grow wheat here.
What is the book about?
What is the book about?
What makes you so sad?
What makes you so sad?
He isn't here, is he?
He isn't here, is he?
He is going to study English next week.
He is going to study English next week.
Please hold on.
Please hold on.
He began to work for that company last year.
He began to work for that company last year.
I hear footsteps outside.
I hear footsteps outside.
I'll put some salt on the meat.
I'll put some salt on the meat.
I have a slight fever.
I have a slight fever.
He resembles his grandfather.
He resembles his grandfather.
Have you ever been to Kyushu?
Have you ever been to Kyushu?
The dragon is an imaginary creature.
The dragon is an imaginary creature.
What a lovely day.
What a lovely day.
Where do you come from?
Where do you come from?
I don't know for certain.
I don't know for certain.
I've never heard him speak ill of others.
I've never heard him speak ill of others.
What you said surprised me.
What you said surprised me.
Surgery is the best solution.
Surgery is the best solution.
Get up 15 minutes earlier in the morning.
Get up 15 minutes earlier in the morning.
My brother is a first-year student.
My brother is a first-year student.
Did you notice any change?
Did you notice any change?
My son can't count yet.
My son can't count yet.
Dozens of young people attended the demonstration.
Dozens of young people attended the demonstration.
I don't want to go any place.
I don't want to go any place.
My family is not very large.
My family is not very large.
The man lit a cigarette with a lighter.
The man lit a cigarette with a lighter.
You look gloomy.
You look gloomy.
He designed the car.
He designed the car.
You ought to ask for your teacher's permission.
You ought to ask for your teacher's permission.
He decided to quit smoking.
He decided to quit smoking.
He is doing very well at school.
He is doing very well at school.
He rarely gives up.
He rarely gives up.
I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Cut it in half.
Cut it in half.
This is what I can do for you.
This is what I can do for you.
It kept raining for 3 days.
It kept raining for 3 days.
I could not persuade him that it was true.
I could not persuade him that it was true.
I have an old bicycle.
I have an old bicycle.
Our dog seldom bites.
Our dog seldom bites.
He will be a good husband.
He will be a good husband.
Could you let me see your notes?
Could you let me see your notes?
Don't get angry.
Don't get angry.
Money is not everything.
Money is not everything.
I don't know when he will come.
I don't know when he will come.
These books are mine.
These books are mine.
He knows no English, not to mention German.
He knows no English, not to mention German.
Turn down the radio.
Turn down the radio.
Is this seat taken?
Is this seat taken?
They don't use chairs or tables.
They don't use chairs or tables.
I waited for 10 minutes.
I waited for 10 minutes.
I would like to read books on Japanese history.
I would like to read books on Japanese history.
How are you these days?
How are you these days?
I bought the same camera as you have.
I bought the same camera as you have.
You may take the book.
You may take the book.
Flour is the main ingredient in cakes.
Flour is the main ingredient in cakes.
I don't know who made the cake.
I don't know who made the cake.
Did you call me up last night?
Did you call me up last night?
Add sugar to the tea.
Add sugar to the tea.
Tom saved her from the fire.
Tom saved her from the fire.
Don't eat too much.
Don't eat too much.
Don't be so hard on your son.
Don't be so hard on your son.
You'd better go by bus.
You'd better go by bus.
I'm so grateful to you for this opportunity.
I'm so grateful to you for this opportunity.
I'm satisfied with his progress.
I'm satisfied with his progress.
Water consists of hydrogen and oxygen.
Water consists of hydrogen and oxygen.
5 years have gone by since my father died.
5 years have gone by since my father died.
He hid behind the tree.
He hid behind the tree.
I live in this house by myself.
I live in this house by myself.
He gave each of them a pencil.
He gave each of them a pencil.
She attempted suicide.
She attempted suicide.
This is good meat.
This is good meat.
What does your son do?
What does your son do?
These are my shoes and those are yours.
These are my shoes and those are yours.
Say hello to your friends.
Say hello to your friends.
She explained to me how to make a cake.
She explained to me how to make a cake.
Good books are always worth reading.
Good books are always worth reading.
She didn't know what to say to him.
She didn't know what to say to him.
Where does this book go?
Where does this book go?
Business is business.
Business is business.
I don't want to be seen in his company.
I don't want to be seen in his company.
We had no water to drink.
We had no water to drink.
She gave up smoking.
She gave up smoking.
I prefer swimming to skiing.
I prefer swimming to skiing.
The Duke holds a lot of land.
The Duke holds a lot of land.
He has his reasons for staying there.
He has his reasons for staying there.
She looked sadly at me.
She looked sadly at me.
How long will we have to wait?
How long will we have to wait?
I have a hangover today.
I have a hangover today.
I, too, will come in about 10 minutes.
I, too, will come in about 10 minutes.
No one can deny the fact that fire burns.
No one can deny the fact that fire burns.
He is seeking employment.
He is seeking employment.
I would like to tell you something.
I would like to tell you something.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
When do you work?
When do you work?
I'd like to make a call to Japan.
I'd like to make a call to Japan.
I was foolish enough to believe him.
I was foolish enough to believe him.
She will come even if she is tired.
She will come even if she is tired.
I listened to some CDs last night.
I listened to some CDs last night.
Look. There goes a shooting star.
Look. There goes a shooting star.
I love that chair.
I love that chair.
I have my passport.
I have my passport.
She committed a crime.
She committed a crime.
That was no ordinary storm.
That was no ordinary storm.
I had to take care of her baby.
I had to take care of her baby.
He stepped on my foot on purpose.
He stepped on my foot on purpose.
I wish I didn't have to work.
I wish I didn't have to work.
My father has never been abroad.
My father has never been abroad.
The plane climbed to 4,000 feet.
The plane climbed to 4,000 feet.
Try again.
Try again.